Friday morning to the 21st of November 2025. Thank you so much for joining us on Parliament Television. Today being a Friday, business of the House will commence at 09 hours. To be on live commentary, my name is Matimba Mkua.
And I am Joe Myunda, Katama Sign Language Interpretation Desk. We have Chola Kauma and Jason Manda.
And so we go straight and look at business that was considered on the floor of the House yesterday, Thursday, 20 November 2025, when business commenced at 14:30. Notice was taken at 14:32 hours that quorum not formed. Madam First Deputy Speaker ordered the bells to be rung. House counted and quorum having been formed, business commenced. Thereafter, there was an announcement by Madam First Deputy Speaker. Madam First Deputy Speaker recognized the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Mopani Copper Mines School in Mufulira District. Madam First Deputy Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, warmly welcomed the visitors to the National Assembly.
And of course, the following urgent matter without notice, understanding order 142 were raised, and the first one did come from Mr. Lucas Simumba, Nakonde constituency member of Parliament. He did raise a matter on the delayed payment of farmers who supplied maize to the Food Reserve Agency (FRA) during the 2024 to 2025 farming season, and this matter was not admitted.
The second one came from Luansenshi, Member of Parliament, Mr. Taulo Chewe. This was on the 2024-2025 rainfall forecast. This matter was inadmissible. And the last one came from Mpika, Member of Parliament, Mr. Francis Kapyanga. This was on the shortage of day-old chicks in Mpika District. This matter was equally inadmissible.
Thereafter, there was a presentation of one government bill, the National National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2025 was read the first time and referred to the Committee on National Economy, Trade and Labour Matters. Now, this bill seeks to provide for licensing, designation and authorization of payment service providers, provide for the incorporation of standards, principles and concepts of corporate governance in institutional systems and the structures of payment service providers. Also seeks to provide for sound business practice, consumer protection mechanisms and market conduct in the provision of payment services, among others.
After that, the House went on to consider question for oral answer number 81, understanding order 82. The House also considered questions for oral answer numbers 82, 84, 85 and 87, 291, understanding order 80, and question for oral answer number 83 and 86, understanding order 80. The members being absent, the questions lapsed.
Thereafter, the House did consider the Zambia Institute of Procurement and Supply Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2025, and it was agreed to.
Thereafter, the House went on to consider the Zambia Institute of Procurement and Supply Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2025, as further amended. It was considered to be read the third time today.
The Cotton Bill, National Assembly Bill number 12 of 2025 was read the third time, and it was passed.
Thereafter, notice was taken at 17:02 hours that quorum not formed. Madam First Deputy Speaker ordered the bells to be rung. House counted and quorum having been formed, business resumed. And so the House adjourned accordingly yesterday at 17:07 hours. And so this is business that was considered on the floor of the House yesterday, Thursday, 20 November 2025. Just now we shift our attention and we look at today's order paper.
Yes, indeed, Matimba, the outlook of today's order paper, 21st November 2025 is as follows. We do, of course, expect announcements, if there will be any, business statement for the period 25th November to 5th December 2025.
We also have urgent matters without notice, and we do have Her Honor the Vice President's question time. This is a segment of 45 minutes where members of Parliament are given an opportunity to ask Her Honor the Vice President questions without notice.
Yes, indeed, we do have one ministerial statement. The Minister of Health is expected to render a ministerial statement on the government's preparedness to prevent an outbreak of cholera across the country.
After that ministerial statement by the Minister of Health, we expect the House to consider 4 questions for oral answer understanding order 80, and question number 92 will come from Kalavo Central Member of Parliament, Mr. Chinga Miyutu. He will direct his question to the Minister of Energy. He wants to find out whether the government has conducted a feasibility study on major rivers to ascertain their viability for hydropower generation.
Mr. Joseph Musanje is Mbavala constituency member of parliament. He would want to find out from the Minister of Finance and National Planning on what measures the government is taking to implement the provisions of the Abuja Protocol on health financing.
The next question, this is question number 94, will come from Pemba Member of Parliament, Mr. Lamik Hamata, and he will be directing his question to the Minister of Health. He wants to find out a question in 3 parts. When the government will procure an X-ray machine for Kasiamini Hospital in Pemba District, what are the cause of the delay in procuring the machine is? And in the last part of the question, the Member of Parliament for Pemba wants to find out what the estimated cost of the machine is.
Last but not the least, on the questions of ordinary nature, we have question 95, which is expected to come from Chiluvi Member of Parliament, Mr. Mulenga Fore, directing his question to the Minister of Education. Now he wants to find out in 4 parts. In A, what the staff establishment for teachers in Chiluvi district was as of June 2025, how many teachers were deployed to the district from January 2022 to July 2025 year by year. As you can see on your screen, Madam Speaker's procession making its way into the chamber. We take you to the chamber for the live parliament.
Honorable members of parliament, Madam Speaker. Yeah.
Tendency of Zambia, proud and free, land of wealth and joy in unity, victors in the struggle for our rights. We want freedom's fight, oh, one, strong and free. Africa is our own motherland, fashioned with and blessed by those two men. Let us all our people join as one, brothers under the sun, oh, one, strong and free. One land and one nation is our cry. Dignity and peace in Zambia's sky, like a noble eagle in its flight. Zambia, praise to thee, oh, one, strong and free. Praise be to God, praise be, bless our great Zambia, Zambia, Zambia. Green and we stand under the flag of our land. Zambia, praise to thee, oh, one, strong and free.
Prayer. Almighty God, who in your infinite wisdom and providential goodness has appointed the offices of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people. We beseech you to consider with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of such important responsibilities in this land. Let your blessing descend upon us here in Parliament assembled, and grant that we may, as in your presence, treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen.
Good morning. Thank you so much for still being with us on Parliament Television. Bells are ringing. It seems we don't have a quorum in the House. It is a requirement that 1/3 of members of Parliament must be present in the House for any business to transact. And so once the quorum has been constituted, we expect business of the House to commence. And today on the order paper, we have announcements if there will be any. We have a business statement that will be presented for the period 25th November to 5th December 2025.
For the proceedings on DSTV channel 272, GoTV channel 28, Topstar channel 5, as well as our social media platforms, YouTube, and
Honorable members, I have two announcements to make. Honorable members, I wish to recognize the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Weatanshi Open Christian Community School in Kabwe District. On behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, I warmly welcome the visitors in our midst. Thank you. You may take your seats. The second announcement, honorable members, I wish to inform the House that the Research Department under the Office of the Clerk will conduct a research fair from Tuesday 25th to Thursday 27th November 2025 at Parliament Building under the theme, Remaining Relevant in the Face of Artificial Intelligence. The objective of the research fair is to strengthen the effectiveness, relevance, and utilization of parliamentary research services at the National Assembly of Zambia. You may wish to note that in addition to the exhibitions, this year's research fair will include two categories of awards to members of Parliament as follows. Number one, awarding of 3 members of Parliament during the official opening of the research fair for accessing research services and products, which will be granted based on the number of information requests submitted to the research department in order of the top 3 rankings. And number 2, awarding of members of Parliament who have demonstrated knowledge and understanding of research services and products through participating in a quiz, which will be conducted daily at the exhibition stands. Honorable members, I urge you to participate in the research fair, which has been organized for you to appreciate the products and services offered by our research department, so as to encourage you to utilize evidence in your parliamentary work. You are expected to be seated in the amphitheater by 09:30 hours on Tuesday, 25th November 2025, in readiness for the official opening, which I will be officiating. Honorable members are encouraged to attend this event on voluntary basis. I thank you. Business statement, Her Honor the Vice President.
Madam Speaker, I wish to inform the House that the House Business Committee met on Thursday, 20th November 2025, to determine and schedule business of the House for the period 25th November to 5th December 2025. Madam Speaker, the House Business Committee resolved to lay before the House business for consideration in the next 2 weeks as set out below. A. Announcements. The Honorable Speaker may make announcements if there will be any. B. Rulings. The Honorable Speaker will render rulings if there will be any. C. Ministerial statements. The following ministerial statements will be presented. Name of the ministry, subject matter, and date for consideration. The Vice President will issue a ministerial statement on measures the government is putting in place to address challenges associated with the rainy season. This will be on the 25th of November 2025. D, reports on international conferences. Reports on international conferences will be considered if there will be any. E, bills. The following bills will be considered at different stages. The Independent Broadcasting Authority Bill, National Assembly Bill number 27 of 2025, second reading, will be considered on 27th November 2025. The Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 28 of 2025, second reading. This will also be considered on 27th November 2025. The Criminal Procedure Code Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 29 of 2025, second reading, will be considered on 27th November 2025. The Income Tax Amendment number 2 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 19 of 2025, second reading, will be considered on the 2nd of December 2025. The Customs and Excise Amendment number 2 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 20 of 2025, second reading on the 2nd of December 2025. The Value Added Tax Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 21 of 2025, second reading on the 2nd of December 2025. The Property Transfer Tax Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 23 of 2025, second reading on the 3rd of December 2025. The Mobile Money Transaction Levy Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 24 of 2025, second reading, will be considered on 3rd of December 2025. The Betting Levy Bill, National Assembly Bill number 31 of 2025, second reading, 3rd December 2025. The Zambia Revenue Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 22, National Assembly Bill number 22 of 2025, second reading. This will be considered on the 4th of December 2025. The Registration of Business Names Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 26, second reading, will be considered on the 4th of December 2025. F, Parliamentary Committee Reports. Committee reports will be considered during the period, if there will be any. G, Private Members' Motions. The following private members' motions will be presented during the period. Number 1, Mr. Chinkuli, MP, will bring a private member's motion on the subject, regulate the conduct of funerals for heads of the 3 arms of government. This will be considered on the 26th of November 2025. Mr. C. Kangombe, MP, will also present a private member's motion, which is on to implement measures to increase the crop yield per hectare for farmers under the Farmer Input Support Program. This will be considered on will be presented on 27th November 2025. Ms. C. Halwindi, MP, will present a motion, private member's motion, to revise the jurisdiction of the local courts under the Local Courts Act, Cap 29 of the laws of Zambia. This will be presented on 28th November 2025. H. Questions. Honorable Ministers will respond to about 35 questions for oral and written answer. The questions are contained in Appendix 1 of this statement, which will be circulated to all honorable members. Further, the details of the questions are contained in the notice of questions of Friday, 12th September 2025, which has already been circulated to all honorable members. Honorable Ministers will also respond to urgent questions under Standing Order 82 and grouped questions under Standing Order 83 of the National Assembly of Zambia Standing Orders 2024, if there will be any. I. Questions on standby. The questions on standby to replace questions that may not be placed on the order paper on the designated day due to unforeseen circumstances are contained in Appendix 2, which will be circulated to all honorable members. J. Committee of Supply. The House will commence the consideration of individual heads of expenditure in the Committee of Supply on Tuesday, 2nd December 2025. Details of the heads of expenditure are contained in this statement and will be circulated to all honorable members. It will be circulated. I will not go through. Madam Speaker, thank you.
Thank you so much. We now move to urgent matters without notice. The Honorable Member for Chinsali.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for allowing me to rise on this matter of urgent public importance. I would like to raise it on the Minister of Water.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in Chinsali we have been struggling with water, and in most areas now we have not had water for a number of days. Now we are in the rain season, and we have a water utility company, but it is failing, which is Chambesh Water and Storage Company. It is failing to supply water to the residential areas in Chinsali, in Muriangolo. Water is a problem. Chandamari, water is a problem. Choshi, water is a problem. Mayadi, water is a problem. I would like to seek your indulgence in this matter, as the fact that if we do not attend to this matter, very soon we are going to have cholera and other waterborne diseases. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member for Chinsali. From the way you've presented that matter, it's not a new matter, but it's very urgent. So the Honorable Member for Chinsali, please come up with an urgent question, but you can also have a discussion with the Minister for Water and Sanitation. The Honorable Member for Chama North.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My urgent matter without notice is directed to the Minister of Home Affairs and the Internal Security.
You may proceed.
Madam Speaker, of late the country has witnessed escalating cases of political violence, which is worrying several stakeholders. Madam Speaker, just some few weeks ago, unscrupulous individuals stoned the president in Chingwara, which should be condemned in strongest possible terms, and I hope that such a thing will not happen again. As that was not enough, Madam Speaker, suspected UPND cadres attacked the PF Secretariat, causing malicious damage to property, and also attacking people who are just bypassing and delobing them with their belongings. Madam Speaker, just some few days ago, our acting president of the major opposition party, Honorable Given Luwinda, was abducted and tortured in Kabwe, was just rescued by the police. Just the other day, Madam Speaker, another incident involving a UPND coordinator in Kawata constituency. UPND cadres disrupted the funeral procession of Mr. Mulabe. And we are worried, Madam Speaker, that these cases, if are not brought under control, it may undermine investor confidence in this country. I think it has become imperative that the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security should update this August House what measures the government is taking to bring under control escalating cases of political violence. I submit.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Chama North, the issue that happened at Chingola was already brought to this House. It was attended to adequately by the Speaker. Then the other issue that you brought out regarding the incidents in Kabwe, I think there was a statement, a brief statement that was given by the Minister of Home Affairs on the same. The reason why we bring these matters to the House, we want the government to put in an immediate action. And I believe the police are involved. They are already doing their job on the ground. So this matter is not admissible. You can find another platform maybe to engage or honor the Vice President. But the government is already taken some action on it. The last member is the Honorable Member for Nakonde.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. The matter that I wish to raise, Madam Speaker, is directed at the Minister of Water and Sanitation. Madam Speaker, UTH remains the largest referral in the country. Apart from other challenges like bed space that UTH faces, now, Madam Speaker, UTH has been hit by lack of water, specifically maternity wing. Madam Speaker, the facility has had no water for the past 3 days, and a lot of people are complaining. We wanted to find out what is the government doing to make sure that this essential commodity, Madam Speaker, is available. I seek your serious guidance on this matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Since the Minister of Health is around, I just want a clarification. Is the situation like that, Honorable Minister, where we have no water in maternity ward at UTH?
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Only 2 days ago, I was at UTH, and I said government has released money.
Thank you.
For water. But it's
you.
not completely dry.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that clarification. So the matter is already receiving government attention. Just like what the minister said, there's some funds that has been released to look at that challenge at UTH. Thank you. We make progress. Her Honor, the Vice President's question time. The Honorable Member for Solwezi East.
Lucky me. Good morning, Your Honor, the Vice President. Your Honor, the Vice President, you have been on record as having been one of the unionists in Zambia, but then currently we have a lot of teacher unions, more than 16, that keep on being registered. And when it comes to the negotiations it becomes very, very difficult for these teacher unions to negotiate for their conditions of service. I'd like to find out from you the advice that you can give to these teacher unions so that they are not so fragmented, but they can unite and be able to fight for their just cause. What is your advice to the teacher unions and those who keep registering? Thank you.
Her Honor the Vice President.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I would like to thank the Honorable Member for Solwezi East. Yes, I admit my background, part of my background is being in the Teachers Union, but I think your concern is the fragmented number of teachers' unions, and you are saying it robs them of the power to negotiate effectively. And then you are asking for my advice to the teachers. Yeah, my advice is indeed that it should go back to the law, Madam Speaker, because of the freedoms that we have as Zambians. We are all free to belong to different associations. Unless that law is amended, it's difficult for me to say stop. But it is them that can initiate that, to say we need the law to protect the unions from being fragmented. But as it were, the freedom of association allows them to belong to different associations, including teachers' unions. Yes, to a point I agree with you that it robs them of the power to really stand strong, because this will say that will do that. That is an issue for the teachers, for the current teachers today to know what to do. But the law allows them to do that. So it becomes difficult for me to be, straight on what they should do. They know what they should do. And they can choose to abandon some of the unions and belong. You remember where we came from. During my time, there was need to have, the history of the teachers. They may be teachers here. It was one union until the second one came, because the secondary school teachers had no representation, and they felt they were not adequately represented, and unfortunately the leadership was all from the other part. But for people to do that, it is the freedom of association. Minus there was only moves. Now there are these and that and those. I believe this freedom is still freedom in politics, in unions. Honorable, that's the freedom you have chosen to embrace. Thank you, Madam.
The Honorable Member for Lubasenshi.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. Your Honor, the Vice President, good morning. The people...
Meaning what, Honorable Member?
Meaning the people of Rwansesha are greeting the Vice President. Your Honor, the Vice President, the farmers who are on FISIP, they are about 1,425,000. These are the people who are benefiting from FISIP. Now the rest of the farmers, they are buying fertilizer, and the cost of fertilizer is still high. Now, we would like to find out what measures are you putting in place to ensure that the cost of fertilizer, Your Honor, the Vice President, can come down, so that people who are underprivileged can also manage to buy, knowing fully that a bag of fertilizer, Madam Speaker, is fetching around 1,000 to 1,200, and very few people can able to buy. What measures are you putting in place to ensure that a common citizen can afford to buy fertilizer? I submit.
Her Honor, the Vice President.
Thank you. Indeed, good morning to you and to the people of Lubansenshi. I don't know whether I can repeat what he said, Mwashuke Mkwa. that is good morning. So it's a double greeting from the Honorable, because good morning and Mwashuke mean exactly the same. I hope I followed. For some reason, my mind was not really. But you have talked of the farmers on FISIP in input, acquiring of inputs, isn't it? And I think you do acknowledge that currently the farmers on FISIP can get inputs from the agro dealers using the receipt, isn't it? That is what I know. Then you have talked of the other vulnerable farmers that are not on FISIP and the cost of fertilizer. I hope I understood that. So is exactly what is government doing to help the rest of the vulnerable farmers, but viable, I think. There are some vulnerable but viable that are under community, madam. I hope you have captured that in your thought pattern. Those are helped under community. They are also provided with the input because of their levels, it is given to them. Then the others that may not fall under this, these can join. It is not particular to a group. The Sustainable Agriculture Facility, SURF. This is the other angle that government has taken, where people can actually borrow through the banks. If the banks have a relationship with government to facilitate that any farmer could go there and do the things as guided by the banks. There are different banks that are participating in different parts of the country so that they can also borrow. I find this a little more helpful because, Honorable Madam Speaker, when people are given free things, sometimes we just use and tomorrow we will go back and we'll go back. But SAFE is a kind of loan. And because it becomes theirs, they take care. And I see SURF, people on SURF, improving and getting even better in agriculture because that will be theirs. As they pay back, they continuously improve. This is the other facility that can work or that is working for those that may not have the capacity to get the farm inputs on their own. At least the start-off can be the loan through the Sustainable Agriculture Facility. I hope I have answered. Yeah. Okay. The Honorable is giving me, this is now. Okay, great. Sorry, I'm consulting loudly, madam, because he also spoke of the prices of fertilizer.
The Honorable Member from Fulira, that group there, your consultations are too high. You are disturbing Her Honor the Vice President. You can walk out or just lower your voices. Her Honor the Vice President, you may continue.
Thank you, Madam. I see. Thank you for that guidance. Mutayachalo should be sent out. Or be resettled in Kaputa. Madam, he also spoke of the issue of the cost of fertilizer. Really, I think it is important also at this point for all of us to acknowledge the good that has happened in our land. Because fertilizer was previously 1,050 kwacha in the outlets. Today, it is 750. I think it is something to acknowledge. 750 kwacha. This is where fertilizer had gone up that high. Today, it is 750. They are asking which outlets. We will give you. You come and ask us after this. Thank you.
Order. The Honorable Member for Kwacha.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good morning, Your Honor, the Vice President. Your Honor, the Vice President, every 5 years this country holds its elections. And next year we are expected to go for our tripartite elections. Now, each time we have these elections, we have ballot papers being printed or coming from outside the country, where huge sums of money are spent, and we are talking of millions of dollars. And yet we have the government printers. Your Honor, the Vice President, I would like to find out if there are any preparations that are being made to recapitalize the government printers so that we can print our ballot papers within the country so that we avoid wastage of resources being spent on outside companies. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Her Honor, the Vice President.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I would like to thank the Honourable Member for Kwacha. Thank you. For Kwacha on that concern, I think his concern is that the expenditure is too high in the printing of ballot papers because they are printed outside. But we could use the government printers to print the ballot papers right here, which would reduce the cost and allow the money to remain in circulation in our country. That is important. That is an issue to look at, and we will continue. We thank you for the proposal. But you have to be sure that there is also security of the ballot. It's such a sensitive matter. Yes, the integrity of the process and also the product. So that is an important issue to look at, but we must bear in mind that this is a kind of paper that you don't play with. This is a kind of paper you want to be sure there is integrity to the process, there is the protection of the actual product. Thank you for your proposal.
The Honourable Member for Nalolo.
Madam Speaker, I thank you most sincerely. Your Honor, the Vice President, good morning. Your Honor, the Vice President, on 18th February 2025, we had the Sino Metals pollution in Chambishi. I am aware that the public has expressed concern that there is no work being done currently to clean up that spillage, and the rainy season is here. Your Honor, the Vice President, are you able to update the nation on what current works are being done and also to stop further pollution from spreading? Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Her Honor, the Vice President.
Thank you, Honourable Member for Nalolo Mzwile Chwang. Today we speak our language. How are you today? Madam Speaker, I appreciate this question, that it gives me an opportunity to, in a brief manner, if there is need, Madam, for a full statement, it will come. Because we are expecting the actual report from the assessor to be given to us within this weekend. To say nothing is being done, I think it's a malicious statement. Sorry to use that. If you say the work is not complete, that's a different matter. But to say nothing is being done when reports have been given in this House, a statement, remember, Madam, even when we went in a kind of in two committees, when you called back the House to reconvene in this manner as a full House, a statement was issued by the Minister of Green Economy giving, more detail. I can tell you, sir, that the work at Sino Mine is going on well, literally complete. I can tell you some of the things that have been done. I was kind of prepared for this question. I was concerned. What happened with that spillage which contaminated the rivers today? there is construction of the runoff rainwater from TD 15 and the other contaminated areas. I don't know whether I can, you know, the tailing dams, that is the TD, tailing dams. The tailing dam number 15, which was really hit off and went to affect others, has been, there has been a reconstruction of a new one, and I saw it. So you can be assured, I saw it, madam, when I visited. So that, the correction has been done on that part. There has been stabilization in the dam itself, with a view, the old TD 15, to decommission it. So a new one has been constructed, and we are, or they are going to decommission the old one which was damaged, which brought about these issues. Also, the work of dislodging. You remember when we, I think we have been discussing this matter here, we said a point in Chambeshi had this sludge, it had almost, you know, a lot of, we said lime. When lime, where's the minister? When we were dumping lime to reduce the acidity in the water, a big chunk kind of blocked the stream. That is what is the sludge, like mud. It has been dislodged. That has been taken off there, and the stream has been therefore cleaned, and the water is flowing naturally. The lime affected areas have also been, rather the tailings affected have been cleaned. So basically, to say that the work is not done, we were concerned about the issue of secondary pollution. That has been taken care of. What do you call, they are trap dams, I'll call them my own name, have been created so that there is nothing that is going back into the streams or the rivers. So the work is almost done. As the assessor, before the assessor came, I think we mentioned that work had begun by Sino itself, but there was need to have an assessor. So as the assessor went on the spot, they were giving reports and action to be taken, and the Sino was following through. So as the report comes, we are literally saying the work, a lot of work has been done. If there are any gaps, the report will speak to that. But work, colleagues, has been done. Honorable, don't fear. I wish Chambeshi, the Minister of the Member of Parliament for Kalulushi is probably listening, could attest to this. And we are ensuring, I think last time I talked about ensuring that pollution does not continue. It is not Sino only. We are looking at comprehensively how other mines are working to ensure pollution should not continue. If we have to close some of them, I am saying this here, they may have to be closed when the date comes that they have been given, so that they cannot continue to pollute if they are polluting. But Sino has been working very well with us. Thank you.
The Honorable Member for Chama North.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity. Good morning, Your Honor, the Vice President. Madam Speaker, the mining industry is the lifeblood of the Zambian economy. Madam Speaker, I'm reliably informed that Konkola Copper Mines, KCM in Chingola, is facing serious operational challenges, ranging from failure by the company to replace tools, spares, which are very, very critical in running the mines. And above all, there is critical shortage of labor, as workers who are being retired, who dies or dismissed are not being replaced, and this is affecting productivity, especially that we want to attain 3 million copper production by 2031. Is your government aware about these shortcomings at KCM? And if so, if yes, what measures are you taking place to ensure that KCM can do the right thing. Thank you.
Honorable members, let's stick to one question. Her Honor the Vice President.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister Infrastructure, for additional information for me. I can't really, I don't have that report that KCM is literally failing on its operations because of, is it obsolete? Did I hear you right? Equipment, no workers, replacement and so on. The little I know, the minister could be here, the little I know of the operations of the mines, they work through, that's why you talk of contractors. So are you saying those that are being contracted are failing to operate because they can't maintain their equipment and so on? I would love to find out that. But as far as I know, the indicator in any industry is also the production. It is, are they failing to produce? From what I'm told is that KCM is improving in its production. Whether productivity is something else, I don't know. But using their level of productivity, there has been an improvement of the output from 40,000 metric tons to almost going towards 250,000 metric tons. So if that is happening, I don't know then what it means. If I'm confusing, I'll still go and find out a little further. But if there is improvement in the output, then that means operations are also working. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Member from Furira.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Your Honor, the Vice President, good morning. Madam Vice President, the Office of the Auditor General is a very important watchdog institution in the governance of this country. Now, for many years, and the fact that the term of office of this government is coming to an end without having a confirmed Auditor General in that office. Now, for that office to gain credibility and confidence, the person sitting in that office must have security of tenure. There are many Zambians, Your Honor the Vice President, including myself, who qualify to be confirmed.
Honorable
in
Member,
the office
please
of the
don't include Her Honor the Vice President in your debate. Just go straight to the question without...
No, I said myself, Madam Speaker, not Her Honor the Vice President. Given that there are many Zambians who qualify, both by experience and constitutionally, to be confirmed in that office, why has the government failed to bring the name for confirmation to occupy the office of the Auditor General? I submit, Madam Speaker.
Her Honor the Vice President.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I see smiles there. Well, we hear your concern. But yeah, for now, really, what is the actual concern? We have heard you. We are working on that. And I can tell you, Honorable, that the job is being done. The PAC is working on the reports from the Auditor General. Thank you.
Yeah. The Honorable Member for Kabwe Central, before the Honorable Member for Shwangandu.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, and good morning, Your Honor the Vice President. Your Honor the Vice President, in the past few weeks, there have been reports of pockets of violence where UPND is accused of being violent. For example, in Kabwe, incident happened in Kabwe, and understand there was also a report of some thugs attacking a PF secretariat, and also the major one where our president was stoned. That have never happened in the history of Zambia. And now, Your Honor, the Vice President, looking at the history, the past 10 years, during the time of PF, there were a lot of cases of violence where even people were killed that time. And yet, during that time, we could not see many people holding press briefing, conferences condemning the violence that was experienced in Zambia. But now, for the past few days, we have seen a lot of people condemning, strongly coming out to condemn, even some churches holding press briefing for just 1 or 2 incidents that have happened. What message do you have for the people of Zambia and the church to make sure that they become out when there are even strong cases of violence that has been happening before and now? What message do you have for the people of Zambia and the church for uniting our country so that we do not become divided for one incident that has happened that even the leaders are not aware but they are able to handle when such a thing happens? Thank you so much.
Her Honor, the Vice President.
Thank you for your concern for the violence that we have witnessed in the last maybe 2 weeks or so. Yeah, where there is, you said, in Lusaka, Kabwe, and Chingola, including on our president. And you have called on the church to work to unify rather than to divide. And you refer to the previous administration and the kind of violence that may have been experienced. Madam, violence must be condemned by any well-meaning Zambian. That is a fact. That is a fact. If I say something else here, I would be lying. Zambians don't like violence. No. That is the gist of the matter. Yes. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle you are. They don't like violence. This government coming in condemned violence. And the president pronounced the fact that there will be no cadarism. This kind of violence is crime, colleagues. So anybody, any well-meaning Zambian, because they may have done it this way, or we are doing it this way, all of us in this house, Madam Speaker, must condemn violence like my minister here said, there is no sacred cow in investigating the perpetrators of this crime. Because that's the only way we will curb it.
Order, Honorable Member for Chiengi. Her Honor didn't ask for your help.
I don't even need it. She can find out the definition of perpetrator, who is involved in that. And therefore, Honorable, we must all condemn this. You cannot, no matter how angry you are, colleagues, take a stone and throw at the head of a state. It's never done. If you threw a potato, what is it, a tomato, I think that would be probably, say you are expressing yourself with disappointment. But you are taking a stone. A stone is a weapon. It's not an ordinary missile. I have read one important book where one big giant was killed by a stone. So a stone is meant to kill. That should not happen. All of us must condemn it. We must all condemn what happened in Kabwe. I am saying it to all of us. Because what happened can happen to any of us sitting here. Any of us sitting here. Is that how we want to treat each other? No. 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 We cannot.
All the honorable members.
Do you even have capacity to arrest? This government, truly in Chingola, individuals have been identified. And some of them already identified have been arrested. In Kabwe, the minister called, and it is a sincere call, Honorable. I know you come from Kabwe. It doesn't matter who they are. They have one thing in common. It is criminality. Not a political party. If we continuously say political, let us say, what have they done? Without looking at the attire that they are wearing. They have one thing in common. And we are sincere about it. The investigation in Kabwe, you don't just say they will be arrested. Maybe as we are talking, maybe some are already arrested. And I'm speaking this to the entire country. That includes my UPND and your whatever name, because there are too many names there. Is it Tonse or PF or Ukwa? Whatever. I am speaking to the Zambians. Zambia has been a peaceful country. Other than the disruptive 10 years of allowing cadreism, we will not allow cadreism even at this moment. That's why we are saying they must be arrested. No sacred cows. Colleagues, if you have evidence, go and report. This house cannot arrest anybody. That president, because I've heard she has declared herself president also. You don't have here capacity to start arresting one another here. Go, if you have evidence, to give to the arresting the police. They will do the arrest. Otherwise here we have honorable members of parliament. So, Honorable, we should not allow cadreism. Don't allow it. Not in your heart, not in your mouth, not in your action. Because it's a dangerous vulnerability that if it grows, you can have blown out conflict in the nation. You don't do that. We are too intelligent to fail to argue our political stance and use violence, as other people may have tried. But even when they tried, did they succeed? I hope you are hearing me, madam. Even when people use violence, they still fail. They still lost. So, we have learned from the previous that violence just makes you lose. We will not follow that route. This is why my president, has said no cadreism. It must end. So they will be arrested, madam. Yeah. Thank you, madam.
The honorable member for Shiwangandu.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, and a very good morning to our Honor the Vice President. Ma'am, I think it will be important to elaborate more on the new price of fertilizer you have announced, because I think farmers will be very excited. However, my question is slightly different, Madam Speaker. Your Honor, Zambia indeed is a sovereign state and free to forge bilateral ties with any other like-minded state. Your Honor, we have seen recently Zambia forging bilateral ties with the Republic of Israel, which indeed should be okay. However, Madam Speaker, as much as we are forging this new relationship, we as Zambia are also very close to the Republic of South Africa, fellow member of the SADC and fellow member of the AU. And we have that strong bond dating back from the days of liberation. Madam Speaker, the Republic of South Africa has dragged Israel to the International Criminal Court, and Israel was found wanting to the extent that those leaders who hold executive powers, unlike the president who visited with ceremonial, if they had to visit Zambia being compliant to ICC, an arrest could have been affected because the warrant of arrest on some of the leaders of Israel from the ICC are still in force. Your Honor, the Vice President, how are we striking a balance given these dynamics? South Africa bilateral trade is one of the best in the region. Even today we have products in most of our shops.
Please don't debate your question.
Your Honor,
Just
how are we
question.
striking the balance between these two bilateral relations with these two nations I've mentioned? I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Her Honor, the Vice President.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank you, the Honorable, and indeed good morning, Honorable Member for Shiwangandu, who wanted to sneak in the fertilizer issue. Go to Capital, United Capital, and you will buy that. Sorry. I think you started with a very important statement, that Zambia is a sovereign state. That is very principle. Sovereign state. And therefore my general statement on this matter is we have friends and on our own decision. We have bilateral, as we are part of the UN, part of the SADC, part of... You can't say the relationship of Zambia is dependent on another relationship with another country. Not even where, for example, you have referred to Israel. You said is ceremonial. And therefore, I don't know what you would have wanted this country to do, to hand him over, ceremonial. Is he on the list of those? No. Let us go back to the fact that even among the very close neighbors in the Middle East, some of them are friends. They have very wonderful bilateral relations. So why should it be us, honestly? We have a very good relationship with South Africa, with the entire SADC. But they also understand. My president has said this. It's a statement that is world over. Insecurity somewhere is insecurity everywhere. That is the principle he stands on. Whether it is the Israeli president who came, the language did not change. We should appreciate some of the things this man does without allowing any other mind. He still stands for that. And maybe helping to bring peace in the Middle East. It's very important, colleagues. If you are my friend, although you are my son, and you see that I have a problem with Mutaya Chalo, don't take sides immediately. Find friendship also with Mutaya Chalo. Oh, sorry. Mutaya Chalo in Chama, not this one. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. You find relationship. It will be easy for you to mediate. It becomes difficult if there is suspicion on one side. I think that the president is doing a good job. In his #1 diplomatic relations, he declared to it that this will be economic. And you are seeing the results today. Therefore, I will just state, Honorable, that you should be very happy to have a president like the one you have today, who is able to silently, subtly mediate and help to bring peace on this globe. There is, that is a fact. So for me, your concern of relationship, it doesn't dent our relationship with South Africa. They have their own sovereign decisions. We have our sovereign decisions, and there's no conflict between us. In fact, the president has said we prefer peace to war, whether it is in Ukraine and Russia, whether it is in Israel and Palestine, whether it is in Congo. That is the position. And as Zambia, let us together position ourselves and use the same language, Madam, when an opportunity comes to interact with colleagues who are in conflict or who are at war. So no offense, no law was offended, no international law was offended. We are doing well. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for
Sorry, Madam, just one more thing.
You may go
To
ahead.
talk of, I don't know whether the Honorable, maybe I didn't get him right, on the establishment of the relationship between Israel and remember we had a relationship. Then it broke during the first Republic. And during the Second Republic, in 1991, we restored that relationship. I don't think you broke it during your time. It remained. So there's nothing new. We also have a relationship with Palestine. I think you understand. You left it. They are all talking here. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Member for Siavonga.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Your Honor, the Vice President, of late, a few weeks, we have seen a lot of global leaders coming to this country. And we are aware that they have come as a result of the chief marketer, His Excellency the President. And we are aware that it's because of the confidence, the renewed confidence in this country. What message do you have, Madam, Your Honor, the Vice President, for those people that were saying the President is moving a lot, is globetrotting, yet now we have seen the reasons as to why he was moving here and there. Even after restructuring the debt, we have now seen people finding Zambia so attractive. What message do you have for those people that have been complaining that the President is not, his trips will not yield anything? I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Her Honor, the Vice President.
Emma question.
Meaning?
Oh, these are the right questions for this House, Madam. Thank you very much. That is which question? What's the Siavonga. Yes. Yes, thank you, Honorable Member for Siavonga, for that very important question. It's not even just a question. I think you gave the answer to the question. We have seen a number of global leaders come here, political and economic, coming to this country. And you said it is because of the confidence that they have in Zambia. I am telling you that Zambia, Kuchalo, Zambia has been noted by the entire world. It is known today. Yes, there was an issue of globe-trotting. This president, he has traveled too much. It was not traveling for fun. It was not traveling to go. Any one of us can agree. He's not a man who even goes shopping when he goes. He doesn't go on cruise. He doesn't have dinner dances. He doesn't have that. In fact, you don't want to travel with him because he works through, even on the plane. We give we give honor where it is due. This is how your president has been working. On the economy, I've said you can't fault him. I know we have challenges, Honorable, but he has worked on this. These people you see are coming to bring solutions according to the relationship that has developed between the president and themselves. The trotting he made, he was going to find friends and to fix the things that were broken. Today, we have the issue of electricity. I think when you look at what is among the visitors that he has had in the last 10 days, you will see that there are those that have interest in coming to put up infrastructure and also bring up electricity, which is one of the most serious challenges today. Challenges not just at household, challenges to the industry. He is working with these people that are coming to bring development. This is what is going on, colleagues. Let us admit, let us do politics. But on certain national matters, it is time to acknowledge that, yes, challenges are here, but we are going in the right direction because of the things that this president has done. Even, for example, yesterday, yesterday, it is only rehabilitating of Tazara. Who can question that? Is that not good for the people? He had to go to China. This is one of the things that was discussed in China. So it was not a trip in futility. It was a trip to bring something. Oh, the other one who was there was from Tanzania. I won't say much. Today, Tanzania is cooling. Our president was there as part of the process of cooling. And the vice president who was here yesterday. I think that is good. We have, from his travels and interactions, he even had a conversation with Rubio, the Secretary of State for America. Not only that, there is money offered from the U.S. When people are laughing, USAID, UFA, yes. Now this one is direct minister, direct budget support. So you are not depending on the CSOs. That is something very, very important. Some doomsayers said very bad relation between Zambia and Zimbabwe. Not under Hakainde, they are friends and brothers. Yeah. We are friends and brothers. So let us continue to harness diplomatic relations with whoever is available to us. Thank you for taking note of such. I can go on and on, but my time is over. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you so much. I have permitted the Honorable Minister of Health to present a ministerial statement. The Honorable Minister of Health.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to thank you for giving me this opportunity to update this august House on an important matter of public health importance, which is the government preparedness to stop and prevent the spread of cholera across the country. I would also like to reaffirm government's unwavering commitment to protecting the health of all Zambians by ensuring that adequate measures are put in place to avoid further spread of the disease and its resultant illness and possible deaths. Madam Speaker, as you directed, we have now to accordingly. Northern province of the country was the epicenter of the initial outbreak, which was first detected on August 5, 2005. Through a robust and targeted response, including vaccination campaign, government achieved over 99% coverage in the most affected areas, thereby successfully containing the disease